Hi folks, this is our Vauxhall Vectra. Someone reversed into it while it was parked outside. They broke the corner of the bumper, the insurance company wrote it off. We love this car, it's low mileage, and they scrapped it, they wanted to scrap it. We bought it back off of them, let's see how cheaply we can get this repaired. See you in a minute. Right, so this is our Vauxhall Vectra. Again, it was parked outside the front of our house and someone just literally reversed into it. No one was harmed, there was nobody in the car. We contacted the insurance company, sent off the pictures, and they said that basically it is uneconomical to repair, so they was going to write it off. They wanted to take it away and they wanted to scrap our car. So anyway, we made a settlement with them and we bought the car back off of them. It was basically a cosmetic write-off, in other words, it wasn't structural or anything like that. So we decided to do the work ourselves and source the parts, and it also needs a new MOT certificate before we can actually drive it on the road again. We did take it down for an MOT. It failed on the headlight alignment was slightly out. It failed on 2 front tyres which it needed changing, which we've already done, and also the washer bottle as well, which we're going to replace as well. So far we've sourced the washer bottle. Here we go. This one we're going to be replacing. We sourced this one second hand and we paid £5 for this. So far this repair cost us £5. So let's open the bonnet up, let's have a look and start stripping this front down so that we can get to the washer bottle and actually remove the bumper and see what else is damaged, if anything, underneath, and attend to the other repairs. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, so let's just pop the bonnet, have a look underneath, and if we look down here, we've got the washer bottle here, which obviously the spout is there and it goes right the way down, obviously beyond where the damage has impacted. Right, I don't know whether you can see that there. What we've actually got as well is a dent to the front wing. It's probably this little shunt here that's caused the headlight to go slightly out of alignment, so we'll have to attend to that when we get to it. The bumper cover here, this is the actual bumper cover. If you look down here, you probably can't see it, but behind there's a metal bar that goes along the front there, and this is literally just the plastic cover. So we're going to try and obviously repair this. If not, we'll have to replace this, but we'll also got to pull this dent out here as well. So I'm just going to have a look at stripping things down, maybe remove the bumper cover. There'll be some screws around the perimeter there, maybe underneath and also along the top here. So I'm going to try and get this off now and I'll put you on time lapse, so I'll see you in a minute. Right, okay, so I've got 3 Torx bits here. These are T20s, that holds this siding on. So that is now made that free, and I can now gain access to that water bottle if I want. There is a couple more fixings around here to actually lever this out of the way, but I don't know whether I'll need to get that off or not, I'm not too sure. I probably will, so I'm just going to try and relieve some of these other fixings in here on the back there, and that will give me more space to get to the water bottle. So just bear with me and I'll sort that out. And what you've also got here, these other fixings here, they're like little plugs, and you have to actually push out the pins in the centre of them. Just knock them back a bit and they'll pop out like that. You will have to probably put them back in again, so they'll fall on the floor. Now hopefully that'll allow me to gain access now, as you can probably see right in there, and those are the 2 access bolts for the washer bottle, so I can now get to them okay. I'm leaving that like that. So I'm just going to zip around the bumper now. You've seen the fixings involved, and I'm going to take this outside bumper cover off, and I'll put you on time lapse for that. I'll see you in a minute. Right, okay, as you saw, that came off nice and easy. So what we ended up with was 3 T20 fixings down that side, 3 T20 fixings down that side, and right underneath in the middle you had 4 of these little things. Again, we just levered them off, and if I show you them, that's just them 4 fixings there down the middle. That's all we used there. And down this end of the front bumper is just a plug that attaches to all the light fittings. That's the fog lights, everything in this lower valance there. So now we've got the bumper off. As you can see, this is the damage which we're going to try and repair. Hopefully it shouldn't be too much of a problem, but even if we have to replace this, we'll be able to pick another one of these up pretty cheap, I would have thought, from the breaker's yard. And we also had some extra damage. This was from another accident on this side, which we'll also attend to as well if we decide to repair this. So as you can now see, we've got full access to our so-called damaged area. None of this was damaged. This is the actual bumper bar at the front of the car there, as you can probably see. None of that was actually damaged at all. So we've got a little ding in the corner there, and maybe a little bend in the bracket there. I'm not too sure yet, but we're going to take the headlight out anyway because they said that it needed alignment, and we're going to try and pull this out or get this from behind. Maybe I might be able to lever this out a little bit by unbolting the wings. These are just bolted on, and perhaps pushing or pulling this off. Basically, I've got full access now to our washer bottle, and if you look underneath, as you can probably see there, it suffered a stress crack along there, obviously where it's been hit like that. So it's been hit quite hard, I suppose. It was just a reversing car, but that's the damage it's caused. So now I've got 3 fixings, which is 1 here and 2 down this side. I can now take these out and get the new bottle in, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, here's the new bottle. Here's the old bottle. We're going to need to rob a couple of pieces off of that, namely just these rubber inserts here. So I'm just going to take them out of the old bottle and just replace them. Hello, where's that one go? In the new bottle, but it don't appear to have one of them holes there. So that's strange, isn't it? It's the same bottle, but as you can see, the new one doesn't have this hole here. So I'm going to have to put that in. And I'll get a hole cutter and do that. But this one, going from the pump assembly, that little gasket I could just pull out of there. There is a little filter on there, so I'm going to give that a bit of a clean first. And then I'm going to have to get a hole cutter and cut a hole in this one, right above where that line is there, as this one's already got. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, okay then, so I've fitted this now. All I've done was drill, I think it was a 20mm hole there, and reinstalled the grommet. So this now should go straight back in. And the reason why this hole is here and not in the other one is because this car's actually got a sensor for the washer bottle fluid level. And that is this little thing here, which obviously the other one didn't have. That goes into the bottle, obviously, that way around. And that obviously registers the level of the fluid. So all I've got to do is literally push that back into the hole. Make sure you get this the right way around. Obviously the float, when it's empty, wants to hang down. So it's got to go that way up. It's literally a tolerance fit. And also you can only really fit it one way because there's a little cutout there which sits on this little piece of plastic there. So that's a little marker for you. Okay, that's that one in. And the second one is the pump assembly, I gather. Yep. So that just sits back in its little chamber there, but don't forget to feed that up first before you connect that up, which I probably should have done before I connected that first one up, but never mind. There we go. There we go. So that just sits back in there. Right, so I'm just going to hang them back on the holes. Is that in? Right, okay, so that's that. So I suppose it would be prudent of me, before we go any further, just to fill this up with fluid and make sure that it works before we put all the bumper back on. So I'm going to do that now. There we go, the job's a good one. Part 1 of the job done, and that's cost us £5. Next thing to do is to sort out probably this headlamp, and then we'll get onto the bumper. Right, okay then, so what we've got here now is the front wing really wants to come out because I need to get behind there and there's no real access for me to do that here. I want to see where the headlamp shifted. It has shifted a little bit by the looks of it because it's sitting a little bit lower down. So I'm going to need to take the headlamp out and then probably unbolt the wing around here and maybe the first front screw. So I'm going to take the headlight out now and we'll see what we've got going there. One more here. Again, I haven't got a manual. I'm doing this from a common sense point of view. There we go. Right, so all it looks like we got here is one plug on here. And how do you undo this clip here? Again, this is the thing with different models of cars. You just need to know how to release their clips, basically. Is that right?
Should pull out.
Oh yeah, there we go. So pull that clip back, maybe a bit more. Yeah, there we go. And that allows you to withdraw that and the whole headlamp assembly out of the way. That's not damaged at all, so I'm happy with that. So we ain't going to need to do anything to that. Right, so as you can probably see now, I can get right to the back of that wing now and at least push that dent out. Nothing appears to be moved or damaged in any way with regards to the headlamp bracketry or whatever. This doesn't appear to be damaged or bent in any way, so I'm pretty happy that everything looks all right here. See, I thought personally if this was pushed in that would have damaged this bracket here, but all that bracket is, there's not rippled or there's no sort of a movement that's appeared in that bracket there. So here for example it might maybe just need pushing out a little bit from the back there, back that way. But what I'll do first of all is try and tweak this wing and see if we can actually push this out with a little bit of panel beating techniques. Right, well I've got limited materials here. All I've got is 2 hammers, not exactly body shop hammers. All my hammers are down Jimmy's unit. And the only dolly I've got is this dolly. We've got the selection of dollies down Jimmy's unit. I'm not down there. You've got to make do with what you got sometimes. And that's what I'm going to have to go with this one. I'm going to put you on time lapse for this because I could be tapping about for a while. I'm no Arthur Tussock. Those of you who don't know Arthur Tussock, do check out his channel. He does some fantastic bodywork repairs. And I'm just going to have a go at doing this now. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, okay, as you can probably see there, I've given the surface a bit of a sand down. That's only some 120 grip because I wanted to see exactly where he was. Now looking at that now, you can see we've got little shiny bits still there, down there, and then we've got these little bits here which are poking through straight away. That tells me that these little bits here are high spots. They need to be tapped down, and these are low spots. That's where I can either try and knock some more out or put a bit of filler in. So just while I'm doing this now, I'm just going to try and tap this bottom corner out now and see if we can get that a little bit better. Right, now we'll give it another little brush with the old sanding. And as you can probably see there, we're getting there now with that. Still a bit low, but it's a lot better than what it was. As you can see now, look, smooth that away, only a very small bit there, so I could just give that a little bit more of a tap. Try that. Again, you're going over that with a flat. You're not digging into it. You don't want to dig into it. And as you can see, that's virtually gone now. That will take some filler now. And where this is the high spot there, I can just tap that back by putting the dolly behind and just hitting off dolly. Normally you do this with a picky pointy. Again, we're just taking it below the surface. All in all, we're pretty much there. And all we'll do is we'll put a skimmer filler over here, over our repair area, keeping in where the main part of the repair is. I'm just going to tap this little bit out a little bit more. If you run your hand over it, your hand, you can feel, and I can feel just a slight little dip still there. Again, not having the right tools doesn't help. Yeah, it's a lot better now. So I'll be happy that we can just put a skimmer filler over that now, and that will probably be alright. Right, that'll do. That saves us now buying a new front wing. So again, a little bit of work, a little bit of technique, and that saved us money. That will take a skimmer filler. I'm not going to do that yet until we've actually got the bumper sorted out. So that's the next thing. All we've got to do now is to prepare the bumper, and we might take that down to Jimmy's unit and do that. Right, so we've just plonked the headlight back in just to make sure everything looks okay, which it does there. And Jimmy's coming home now. He's going to find the paint code on the car for us, and we're going to go down and buy some paint for it. We're only going to need a little amount for this area, plus obviously the bumper. I don't know whether we're going to paint the whole bumper yet. I'll see what Jimmy says about that. One thing I forgot to mention was that there was damage on this side when we brought the car, so as soon as we got it off, we might as well repair this as well. This means taking the inner wheel arch out so that we can get behind it and just push this out a little bit. So yeah, we might as well do this as well, and make the job a good one. So this has got nothing to do with our repair, obviously. This is just a bit of extra work. I thought I'd show you, because this end of the bumper as well, or the bumper cover, again, someone's obviously hit before and touched up, so we'll get this done as well.